Bless up massive. This is Morgan Heritage. And you're locked into the one and only Boom Shots. It's hot. Who said that? Morgan Heritage.
Cool to be conscious. Boss it raw.
Watch out, Boom Shot. You tell him so there's a make the weight and murmur now. So this one is short shot. You can't stop. Boom Shots.
Boom Shots.
And I know you guys are not afraid to talk about things. And last time I came to SOBs when you were doing the launch of your last album, I think Peter, you came on stage and you opened and you mentioned that these big festivals like Reggae Sumfest, you know, they're using the name reggae, but they seem to be more like rap shows. You know, you also mentioned VP Records. They're miles ahead in reggae music, but you know, now they're like really promoting soca and dancehall. Yes. So where do you think that's going in the world of reggae?
Well, that has no effect on the world of reggae because it only has an effect on them and what they're doing. Because reggae music, they can't stop it. You understand? Like, you have a festival like Reggae Sumfest in Jamaica, and this is why you haven't seen Morgan Heritage on that stage in the past almost 7 years. Because you have a festival called Reggae Sumfest and you don't have a reggae night. That means you have no place for me on your show. Right. Because I'm a reggae act. And they try to say, oh, well, reggae music is international, so we call it international. No. We're in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. Your festival is called Reggae Sumfest. Give me a dance hall night, and just if you can give me a dance hall night in Jamaica, give me a reggae night, because it's not called Dancehall Sumfest. It's called Reggae Sumfest, and you have a dancehall night and 2 international nights.
Right.
Where's reggae night?
All right, that's math, right? That's simple math.
Right? So, if you ain't about something, you'll see more. We'll try and get on that show every year, but we're about something. We're about this music, and nobody now gonna use this name and get benefits of it while not promoting it. You know what I mean? So, and we tell Johnny Guzang and all of them, you can't get back Pandas Festival unless we have a night named Reggae Night. Because that's the night I'm supposed to perform on. I'm a reggae artist. Morgan Heritage is a reggae artist. So where's my night? Now, there's a festival in Australia that happened over Easter weekend called the Blues Fest. And it's a blues festival, but they have representation of all genres of music. And you know who's on the festival representing reggae music?
I don't know that festival.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you because we look at this thing globally.
Right.
On that festival representing reggae music was Soulja, Revolution, and 67-year-old Jimmy Cliff. Right? Mm-hmm. And you know how much people was at that festival? Over 50,000 people.
Wow.
And there's videos of Soulja rocking that crowd out there, Revolution rocking that crowd, playing reggae music. Now, if Jamaica is have a reggae revival going on, why are none of us on those festivals?
Right.
And when you talk about reggae revival, you better be talking about global, not Jamaica. We love Jamaica and we don't say it's Jamaica this music creates, but we are realists and we speak the truth. And we just hope that our words will take onto its flesh to our people in Jamaica and have Jamaica rally behind this music. If we want to see our people representing the music alongside all nations of people representing this music globally.
So thank you for breaking all of that down. It's always great to get some real stuff from you guys. Sure. We just talked. I know we have to wrap up, but we just talked about being in New York, and you're only here for tonight.
Tonight, yes,
and
tomorrow.
Where are you heading?
We're off to Cote d'Ivoire tomorrow. Tomorrow night, Ivory Coast in Africa.
Look at your face, you're like, I can't wait to get out there.
Ivory Coast, it's our second time actually going to the country. And we're looking for, third? Yeah. Whoa, third. A lot of traveling. Yeah, right? First time in 20 years, wow.
In how many years?
20 years.
Wow.
In the early 90s.
Yeah.
Or mid-90s.
Before we moved to Jamaica.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
It was our first African country we visited, right?
Yeah.
I've never ever been out there, and a lot of people who never can make it out there. What is it like? What's the vibe like when you're out there?
I mean, if your roots come from the Caribbean, and it's really just like a large version of the Caribbean. When you talk about the nature and how it's maintained its natural habitat. It hasn't been transformed or manipulated for adventure parks and all this stuff. You really get the essence of what the Caribbean used to be like, back in the 50s, and what people, the older generation, our parents, miss about the Caribbean. Because now you can go to Miami and go to Jamaica and there's no difference. There's no difference. Right. You're getting the same 5-star. You're not getting a real organic aspect or an organic experience of what that country has to offer. And Africa, because it's so vast, has maintained that. Of course, you go to South Africa, Johannesburg, you go to Morocco, you go to several countries, and you will feel modernization taking hold. But because of the large amount of land that exists on the continent, it's going to take a very long time for them to lose that organic, experience.
I just remembered as I was talking to you guys, when I was in Jamaica last, I think in December, I had the pleasure of being and traveling to a festival with your dad. I can't remember where I was going now. Was it Cream of the Crop? But he still seems like he gave a great performance. He's holding up strong.
He's doing his thing, man. He's just about to release a single with VP2 called A Prayer. And, my father, many people may know him, but most of people, I remember when Luciano first met my dad and Tony Rebel around at Bobby Digital, big up Bobby Digital. And they were just amazed by my dad because he's a very spiritual man, and he's now an ordained minister. He's going to be officially ordained this summer. So, he's growing into his true calling. He's just showing the maturity of a man. That he's going there now and now doing inspirational music. So tune in to follow him on Instagram too at Denver Morgan. He's still doing his thing, but more directly he's doing his calling while we're there,
right.
Make it global. And, we're really excited about this album. A lot of different features on it, like Peter just said, from Shaggy, representing the Brooklyn vibe, because our Brooklyn will never go anywhere. Nah. That's the city we're from in the United States, and Springfield, Massachusetts. And Chronix is on there, Soulja, Bobby Lee. What was special about Bobby Lee is that he has this Shabba Buju voice, and it just shows how dancehall music has influenced a reggae band from the United States. So we thought that was very unique. Here's this blonde Caucasian playing the bass, and you gotta check him out if you haven't seen Soulja. And we said, man, that's global, and he really represents that flavor on another platform, representing America. And then Eric, which is a very Michael Jackson kind of Indian guy. He's an Indian guy, the lead singer of Revolution, and it just shows you here's this Indian guy, heritage-wise, singing reggae. It just shows you the globalness. So we see it on a global level, and that's why we say Strictly Roots. And then J-Boog representing the Polynesian market. J-Boog is my project. I did that project. I brought him on tour with me when I was on opening as the opening act for Buju Banton, and then brought Peter in and said, yo, you got to hear this guy. I brought Don Corleone on the project. I said, you got to hear this guy. I brought Bobby Digital. You got to hear this guy. Nobody didn't believe me. They thought he was a fat Japanese guy. I said, this guy's from an island called the Samoan Islands. Now everybody's like, yo, more on J-Boog Palmeridin. I'm boss him. Tell him that man.
Well, you had Gramps Morgan, J-Boog.
So,
you said it. You don't need me to say
so
it.
The whole Strictly Roots, the concept, and just making everybody know that the new cool is being conscious. Right. That's why we call our new label Cool to Be Conscious Music, because it's like what your first question was how does that relate performance, and how does it relate to roots. Strictly Roots? It's roots. If you see African dance in Africa, you see the African dance, it don't go no more roots than Africa. It don't go no more roots than that. And their dance is very sensual and very sexy. It's very sensual and sexy.
Dancing is a part of our roots.
Yeah. So you can be
major
dancing
part of our roots.
And you be in the spirit. You can be in the spirit, and people look like, oh, he's, if you check history, dancing is so when we say perform and done, girl. We never say take off your panty. I never say stop it up. We didn't say that, boom shots. We didn't.
I mean, look, I danced to the song and I thought it was fun. I just wondered if the second song was singing about a guy, maybe, or is that? I was being hopeful.
Yeah, you know get that too, because I love men.
Exactly.
So, it's good to sing about them and talk about them, right?
So on the next record, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Without man and woman, you have no next generation. So you see how everything relates to your consciousness, the roots of your consciousness.
Right.
You understand? It comes back to your perception, what you're thinking, how you see performance done and where you take it as. When I tell you if you take it as, now it's up to you. But I will tell you if you really want to know. So it has a lot to do. It has everything to do with Strictly Roots.
You also mentioned Fiji, which is...
Yes, good friend of ours. Good friend of ours.
Really?
Yes, Fiji.
He's been representing a tiny...
Grams to us. Grams was the first one to know Fiji.
I come from that island, so
Fiji.
It's interesting. And he actually, it's amazing to hear that his whole name is Fiji. It's like someone being called Jamaica, but it's amazing. Have you guys performed out there yet?
Never.
Been to the island.
Caledonia is the closest that we've come to it. New Zealand.
I've been there.
Amazing.
Beautiful, man. It's an island, and like I say to the world, all islands is ours. If you grow coconuts there, we'll come in.
Yes, sir.
That's the whole thing. Yeah. So, and it's real. You go to a country like New Caledonia, that's all the way off the coast of Africa. It's reggae music from the island.
Yes, sir.
So it's global. That's Strictly Roots. Look at the globe. Look at the album cover. Check it out here right on Boom Shots. We're excited about this new project. Check it out. Thank you to all of the producers over the years that we have come to this point of doing our label independent CTBC Music Group, which means Cool to Be Conscious Music Group. From VP Records to MCA, the producers like Fatis Burrell, rest in peace. We could have never got here without people like that. Bobby Digital for opening up his studios. King Jammys, we can't forget where we're coming from. Donna Van Germain.
Yes, sir.
It's just been a blessing working with these guys. Don Corleone, that when Mojo made that relationship, and me and Peter was like, what are you talking about? Bobby Digital, what are you talking about? But it just shows you how the music has evolved. And here was this young kid on a Sony Vaio laptop that was getting into production, and his first thing was a Vibe Cartel and Elephant Man Pandy River. That's Don Corleone, which is a huge record. And then he started to test reggae music. That was Mojo's connection. And then me and Peter said, well, let's see what he got. Let's see if we know about the rockers, So shout out to everybody that has brought us to this point and helped towards the involvement of Morgan Heritage. But right now it's about Cool to Be Conscious Music 420, Strictly Roots. And thank you guys for really just come and just hear what we got to say. Thank you.